A teenage girl is babysitting for a family in Newport Beach, California. The family is very wealthy and has a very large house with a ridiculous amount of rooms in it. Anyway, the parents are going out for dinner and then to go see a movie. The father tells the babysitter that once the children are in bed, she should go into a specific room to watch TV there, as he does not want her to wander around the huge house. The parents take off, and soon she gets the kids into bed and goes to the room to watch TV. She tries watching TV, but she is disturbed by a clown statue in the corner of the room. She tries to ignore it for as long as possible, but it starts to freak her out so much that she just can't handle it. She resorts to calling the father and asks, "Hey, the kids are in bed, but is it okay if I switch rooms? The clown statue in here is really creeping me out." The father says seriously, but in a calm voice, "Act as if nothing is wrong. Go upstairs and get the kids and take them downstairs and go outside and go next door. Knock on their door, and when they answer, ask to use their phone and call 911. She asks, "What's going on?" He responds, "Just do as I said, and when you call the police, call me back." She does as he says. She goes upstairs calmly, gets the kids, and goes next door and calls the police. When the police are on their way, she calls the father back and asks, "What's going on?" He responds, "We don't have a clown statue." Back in 1975, a young couple, both 18 years of age, decided to get married right after high school. The father of the bride lived in Palm Beach in a mansion and was able to afford a big wedding for them. To make a long story short, they got married and the wedding was beautiful. After the wedding, they had a big reception in an old building and everyone got pretty drunk. When there were only about 20 people left, the groom decided that they should play hide and seek. Everyone agreed, and the groom was it. They all went and hid, and the game went on. After about 20 minutes, everyone had been found except the bride. Everyone looked everywhere and tore the whole place apart looking for her. After a few hours, the groom was furious, thinking the bride was playing a terrible trick. Eventually, everyone went home. A few weeks later, the groom, having placed a missing persons report on his new wife, gave up looking for her. Heartbroken, he tried to go on with his life. 3 years later, a little old woman was cleaning the place up. She happened to be in the attic and saw an old trunk. She dusted it off and out of curiosity opened it. She screamed at the top of her lungs, ran out of the building and called the police. Apparently, the bride had decided to hide in the trunk for the game of hide and seek. When she sat down inside, the lid fell, hitting her on the head and knocking her unconscious and locking her inside. She suffocated after a day or so. When the woman found her, she was rotting, her mouth in the shape of a scream. Two roommates in college were in the same science class. The teacher had just reminded them about the midterm the next day when one roommate, let's call her Julie, got asked to this big party by the hottest guy in school. The other roommate, Meg, had pretty much no interest in going, and being a diligent student, she took notes on what the midterm was about. After the entire period of flirting with her date, Julie was totally unprepared for her test, while Meg was completely prepared for a major study date with her books. At the end of the day, Julie spent hours getting ready for the party while Meg started studying. Julie tried to get Meg to go, but she was insistent that she would study and pass the test the following day. The girls were rather close, and Julie didn't like leaving Meg alone to be bored while she was out having a blast. Julie finally gave up, using the excuse that she would cram in all the material at homeroom the next day. Julie went to the party and had the time of her life with her date. She headed back to the dorm around 2 a.m. and decided not to turn on the light and wake up Meg. She went to bed nervous about the midterm and decided she would wake up early to ask Meg for help. She woke up early and went to wake up Meg. Meg was lying on her stomach, apparently sound asleep. Julie rolled Meg over to reveal Meg's terrified face. Julie, concerned, turned on the desk lamp. Meg's study stuff was still open and had blood all over it. Meg had been slaughtered. Julie, in horror, fell to the floor and looked up to see, written on the wall in Meg's blood, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?"